6 for the Roos. Just underway, 10:25 remaining here in the first quarter, no score. McGee split to the near side. Derek Brown and Ross split to the far side. Here's the snap, end around. Number 3's got a hole. He'll go down inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 19. And that is Camarte Brown, a 5'6", 150-pound sophomore here. And boy, I'll tell you what, the Browns are getting it done. This is also the two-time defending Class 1A track and field state champion team, comprised of most of these skill position people for Coach David Career. First and 10 Roos. Ball will be placed down at the Mangham 19-yard line. Just underway, 9:54 left to play in the first. McGee split to the near side, Ross to the far side. Double wing formation, in give. That's Brown. He'll go down inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Number 28, Marcus Brown. And he's going to be close to another first down for the Roos. They're going to mark him down about a half-yard short of the first down. The ball is resting at about just a nudge inside the 10. He needs about a half a yard for a first. 9:25 left to play in the first period. No score. The Roos on the move. McGee split to the near side. Split backs. Robinson takes the handoff. He'll pound hard. He's still running hard. He's down inside the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. Well, he'll easily have the first down. And the Roos are on the move. They'll have a first down and goal to go. Ball will be at the Mangham 4-yard line. And Kentwood going with a quick no-huddle offense here. Split backs again. Derek Brown split to the right. Robinson to the left. McGee, wide receiver, split to the near side. Here's a handoff to Robinson. He'll push forward. He's going to be close. No signal yet. I think he's going to be down to about the 1-yard line. So it's going to bring up a second down and goal to go. Ball around the 1-yard line. And this Kentwood offensive line is doing a good job here, folks. This is a team that was just faced with a second down and 20 a few moments ago. Miguel McGee split out to the far side. Split backs in the backfield. Franklin under center. Fake us to Robinson. Franklin takes it in for a score. Carlise Franklin on the keeper. And with 8:34 left to play here in the first period, Kentwood leads 6-0, and Franklin will attempt the PAT. Number 10, Benny Williams, the junior quarterback, in for the hold. Good crowd tonight here under the tank. Williams with the hold. It's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 8:34 left to play in the first period, it's Kentwood 7. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football on Florida Parish Television, Kentwood Channel 32, and also Channel 17. And we'll be back after this quick timeout. And welcome back to Florida Parish Television, Kentwood Channel 32 and Channel 17, as all the fans right beneath us having a good time thus far. Looks like Mangham's going to try the reverse on the kickoff. And they've got a wall set out there, but the Roos look like they're at home and in position. And a good job by Kentwood, only allowing, the average field position would be about the 20. So only coming out to about the 22-yard line. The play did not work. And we'll see the Kangaroo defense that is only giving up 4.1 points per game, has not been scored on at home, has shut out 7 of 10 opponents. And, of course, one of the more dominant defenses we've seen for Kentwood. First down and 10 for the Dragons. Ball at their own 22-yard line. They trail 7-0. 8:22 left to play. Twin receivers split to the near side. I formation. Quarterback looks like he loses the football. Has a scramble for it, and the far official holds up his fingers, so I believe it's going to be a second down. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Mangham Dragons. And, of course, the Dragons coming in sporting an 8-3 record, losing this year to Oak Grove, Sterlington, and Grambling. Could easily beat Grambling and Sterlington. Second down and 10 for the Dragons. Ball at their own 22-yard line. Receiver split to the far side. I formation. Quarterback calls for the football. Here's a snap. He's met hard by number 75 for the Roos. That's Q. Lando Hill. 1.5. We'll give him a short 2-yard gain. 3rd down and a long 8, maybe closer to 9 for the Dragons. The ball is placed down at about the 24-yard line. They need to get out to about the 33, just a shade over the 33, the Mangham 33 for a 1st down. So 7:12 left to play in the opening period. Kentwood up 7-0 on a Carlise Franklin 1-yard run. 3 receivers split to the far side. Single setback. 3rd and 8. Running the toss. Ball's on the ground. Ball is still loose. Ruse pick it up. It's still loose. And let's see who gets on it. I think Kentwood tried to score on it, but may have lost it in the pile. And the official signal to the Kentwood. And the Kangaroos will have a 1st down and goal to go. And the ball will be placed down. Let's see, did they advance it? Okay, they did not say it was an advance, but they said the ball did travel live down inside the 10-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st down and goal to go Kentwood. Ball will be at the Mangham 6-yard line. Ross split to the far side. McGee to the near side. Double slot formation. Number 6, Derek Brown, is the single setback. Give. Fake is to Brown. Franklin rolls around the end. He's got a shot. He'll dive in. And did he get in? He got in for the score. Number 2, Carlise Franklin with a 6-yard run. And the Roos have taken a 13-0 lead with 6:38 left to play here in this opening period. Tell you what, Carlise Franklin, you could argue that he is the top quarterback in the area, throwing for over 1,000 yards and rushing for around 700 so far. And they hope still a few more games to go. Franklin with the PAT, it's up, and it is no good. So with 6:18:38 rather left to play in the first, it's Kentwood 13, it's Mangham 0. Tonight's game here brought to you by Central Progressive Bank. For all of your banking needs, stop by Central Progressive Bank today. Whether you're adding on to your home or you need a holiday loan, call CPB today. We have locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood. Call us in Kentwood today at 985-229-2265. Central Progressive Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Also tonight, the spotlight that you all saw coming into Kentwood under the tank was from McGee Autoplex of Kentwood. If you're looking for a great deal on a new vehicle, stop by McGee Hood Ford of Kentwood today. We have new model F-150s, the new Explorers, Expeditions, and of course the big Excursions. Come by and let one of our friendly staff members show you our new model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Give us a call at 1-888-229-7951 or stop by and see us in Kentwood at 734 Avenue G, right here in the dairy capital of the world, Kentwood, Louisiana. Franklin set to kick off. The Roos have exploded to a 13-0 lead. Franklin gets a high, short kick. It'll be fielded by the Dragons at the 17-yard line. Back's got a hold, comes across the 30, out about to the 34-yard line, where the Dragons will play a 1st down and 10. Now, Mangham's closest games this year, they lost to Grambling 21-16, and they lost to Sterlington 7-3. Now, Oak Grove, who's also on this side of the bracket, defeated Mangham the last game of the season 42-24. So that's a very tough district that the Mangham Dragons reside in. So Mangham now in the huddle, trailing 13-0 with 6:32 left to play here in the first period. Quarterback, number 13, Zach Wilson. Split backs behind him. Here's the snap, trying to go up the gut, and it fell down in the backfield. His boy Fred Cone stopped the fake out to the far side and into the near side. Give credit to big number 70, Tyron Fultz, and also coming up was Culando Hill. That's going to be about a 4-yard loss on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 14 for the Mangham Dragons. The ball will be pushed back all the way to their own 28-yard line. Winston Donahue, Deacon Bellavia, glad you could join us. Good to be back in Kentwood, folks. We'll plan on following the Roos all the way to the dome. Slot lined up to the far side. Split backs. And there's going to be some confusion on the play, as this one was doomed from the start. And there's some movement up front. Let's see who is the guilty party. It will go against the Dragons. So a 5-yard illegal procedure call will be marched off against the Dragons, and they'll be pushed back inside the 25 down to about the 24, and there's a timeout on the field. And while they take a timeout, we'll let you know more about some of tonight's sponsors, one of them being Parish Councilman Michael Petit. He wishes all of the area's teams good luck in the playoffs. Go by and see Mike at McGee Ford in Kentwood as well. And he'd like to wish all the area teams good luck in their run at the Dome. Also bringing you tonight's ball game is Citizens Finance Company. If you need some extra cash or trying to purchase that special gift for the upcoming holiday season, then you need to call Citizens Finance Company. Citizens has a variety of loans to help you get the extra cash you need. With locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood, Citizens Finance Company is your money headquarters. Give them a call today at 985-229-7921 and let Citizens help you get the money you need today. Well, 5:48 left to play here in the opening period. Kentwood has exploded to a 13-0 lead. I'd like to thank everyone here at Kentwood for accommodating us. Principal Ann Smith, Assistant Principal Herbert Brumfield and Company, for allowing us, Channel 32 and Channel 17, to come in and bring you tonight's ball game. Wilson under center, split backs looking, trying to throw the quick hitch, and Culando Hill is right there on top of him. Now, where else do you go, folks? You see a defensive lineman who can line up at the defensive line, can line up at linebacker, and also cover in the secondary. Only one place I know of, under the tank here in Kentwood. So the ball goes incomplete, 3rd down and 20 for the Dragons. The ball at the Mangham 24-yard line. They need to come out across the 40, out to about the 44, a shade over the 44 for a first. 3rd down and 20 for the Dragons. Zach Wilson is your quarterback. Have a double slot formation, split backs in the backfield. Quarterback rolling under heavy pressure, looking thrown out in the flats, and the ball is complete for a minimal gain. And tackle on the play out there looks like 34, Westby. And also in was number 20, aiding in on the play for Kentwood. That's Bruce Posey, the sophomore linebacker for the Roos. So we'll give him a 2-yard gain, about a 3-yard gain. Going to bring up a 4th down and 16 for the Dragons. Deep to receive for Kentwood is Michael McGee inside his 40-yard line. 5:07 left in the first. Kentwood 13, Mangham nothing. Here's a snap, and here's a punt, a low liner. McGee may be able to return this one. Trying to get away, and he does. Trying to elude one tackler, does a good job, comes across the 35 out to about the 30-yard line. So good coverage that time by the Dragons. Kentwood now with their 3rd offensive possession of the first period, already leading 13-0. Now, if the Roos win, they'll play the winner of Kentwood and Dunham, who are playing tonight at Lee High School in Baton Rouge. Now, if Southern Lab beats Dunham, Kentwood goes to Baton Rouge next week. If Dunham defeats Southern Lab and Kentwood wins, then Kentwood is at home under the tank one more time. It is very possible for Kentwood to play all 4 of their games at home, but the main concentration is winning here tonight, next week, and hopefully getting that semifinal game at home. 2 receivers split to the near side and 2 to the far side. There's some confusion on the field amongst the officials. And let's see. Coach Career will have to replace one of his players because they had the gloves hanging off the waist. I think they call that, I'm not sure if that's an equipment infraction, but nevertheless a ticky-tack in my estimation. 2 receivers split to the near side. Camarte Brown and Benny Williams, 2 to the far side. Here's a snap. Fake give on the draw. Franklin keeps it. He breaks a hole. He's got a chance. Franklin goes across the 45, across midfield, down to the Mangham 44-yard line, looks like. And boy, a nice run that time by Franklin as he faked that quarterback draw and took it around the end himself. And O'Tulane made that famous a few years ago in that Tommy Bowden, Rich Rodriguez offense. So 1st down and 10 for the Roos. 4:42 left in the first. Kentwood up 13-0. 2 receivers split to the near side. That'll be Hill and Brown. Franklin gets the low snap, looks, sets up, throws, got his receiver. A nice catch that time. That is number 9 with the reception. And he'll bring it all the way down to about the 36-yard line, where he's going to be about a yard or two short. Reneville Hill with a nice reception there. Second down and about 1 for the Roos. Double wing formation. Franklin sees something he doesn't like. He calls a timeout. 4:07 left here in the first period. Kentwood leading 13-0 and threatening for more. I'd like to tell you about some of tonight's sponsors. Them being Citizens Finance Company. If you need some extra cash or you're trying to purchase that special gift for the upcoming holiday season, then you need to call Citizens Finance Company today. Citizens has a variety of loans to help you get the extra cash you need. With locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and of course here in Kentwood, Citizens Finance Company is your money headquarters. Give them a call today at 985-229-7921 and let Citizens help you get the money you need. Also bringing you tonight's ball game, Parish Councilman Michael Petito. Parish Councilman Petito wishes all of the area's teams good luck in the playoffs. You can also go by and see Mike and get a good deal on a brand new or used vehicle at McGee Ford in Kentwood. Second down and a long one for the Roos. Brown and McGee split to the near side. 28 Marcus Brown and Ross split to the far side. Franklin gets the snap. Looking for a throwback. Got a man wide open downfield. And did he catch it? I believe the ball was tapped away at the last minute. Boy, give credit to big number 7 out there. Jonathan Holland, the junior tight end defensive back, made a great play on the ball right at the end. The ball was intended for number 1, Ross. It'll go incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down and 1 for the Roos. So, got to take a good chance there. Good play call by Coach Career, knowing that in short yardage situations, his team has been pretty good thus far. Derek Brown and McGee split to the near side. Marcus Brown and Ross to the far side. Camarte Brown in the backfield. Quarterback will sneak the football. That'll be Franklin. He'll have the first down. Excuse me, that was Derek Brown in the backfield. And I believe all the Browns are related. Is that right? They sure are. A lot of rich family tradition here in Kentwood. Over the years, Thompsons, Hook Finns, Carters, and of course the Browns making their name right here. First down and 10 for the Roos. In misdirection give. 28 breaking forward, fumbles the football, and Mangham will have it. And he had a nice run there. And number 28, Marcus Brown, fumbles the ball, and the Dragons get the first big break in the ball game. As the Kentwood drive will stall at about the Mangham 24-yard line. So it'll be a first down and 10 for the Dragons. 3:31 remaining in the first period, and Kentwood leading 13-0. Of course, all week long you can watch Kentwood here on WKTV in Kentwood, Florida Parish Television, Channel 32, and also in FPTV 17, 4 big matchups. Toss sweep to the far side. Beck trying to break outside. He'll turn his shoulders, got some room, picks up positive yardage, but a flag thrown toward the middle of the line of scrimmage, and it's going to come back. It'll be a holding call called against the Dragons. Big games airing this week on Channel 17. Of course, will be Hammond and Rummel. We'll have St. Thomas and Port Barry. Oak Forest taking on Leak, and of course our Kentwood ball game as the Roos here taking on the Mangham Dragons. So 3:28 left to play here in the first period, and the Roos up 13-0, and Mangham looked to have a little momentum after picking up the fumble recovery, but the holding penalty there will push them back all the way to about their 14-yard line, just inside the 15. 2 receivers split to the near side, I formation. Fullback dive, he's got a little room. He'll come across the line of scrimmage out to about the 20-yard line, so he's going to pick up most of that penalty back. That's going to bring up a second down, and we'll say about 13 for the Dragons. The line to make is the Mangham 34 for a first down. 2:45 remaining here in the first period. Kentwood 13, Mangham 0. The winner moves on to Thanksgiving week, the regional round of the postseason. Second down and 14 for the Dragons. They'll have 3 receivers split to the near side. Single setback behind Zach Wilson. Going to try and run a reverse. The Roos look to be in position. They've got some guys out there, and they do a good job. And Kentwood is just way too fast for that trick stuff. I'm not a coach, but I know speed when I see it. And number 7 trying to get around the end. That was Jonathan Holland. And you're not going to run anything like that misdirection to get this Roo ball club, especially if you don't have anything going up between the tackles. So no gain on the play. Third down and 14 forthcoming for the Dragons. 1:54 remaining in the first period. Kentwood 13, Mangham 0. And we'll be bringing you the rest of Kentwood football all season long, hopefully all the way up to the Dome. And then we'll do a TV special down in the Superdome. Quarterback under center, 3-step drop, looking, trying to throw. The Roos are in position, and this ball is tipped at the last moment. Good coverage that time. Culando Hill there. Also number 10, Benny Williams. And credit 82 from coming over from the far side of the field. 82 is Bakari Long, the senior free safety. Great coverage there. Quarterback threw in a triple coverage, looking for Holland was the intended receiver. So ball goes incomplete, 4th down and 14. Mangham will be forced to punt. Miguel McGee standing at his own 45-yard line. Here's a snap. Roos showing a little rush. Punter gets the punt off. McGee running forward, trying to catch the football. He does, and Roos will once again have excellent field position. They'll now have a 1st down and 10, and the ball will be at the Mangham, looks like 46-yard line. So 1:27 left to play here in the first period. Kentwood leads 13-0. Deke Bellavia, Winston Donahue, and a host of loyal Kangaroo fans here under the tank in Kentwood tonight as the Roos try to advance to the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. McGee split to the near side. Ross will go out to the far side. Double slot formation. Brown in motion to the near side. Here's a snap. Running the toss sweep. Roos trying to get outside, and nothing going there. Mangham with good defense. As 6 Derek Brown trying to break outside, but Mangham, good job penetrating in the backfield. About a 3-yard loss. Second down and a long 13, maybe closer to 14 for the Roos. The ball touching midfield. Coming up on the final moments of the first period. 1 minute remaining. Kentwood up 13-0. Marcus Brown and Byron Ross split to the far side. Camarte Brown and McGee split to the near side. Quick hitch to the near side to McGee. McGee's going to try and walk the sidelines, picks up positive yardage. And boy, I'm going to tell you what, I believe that was 61. Stephen Smith says, welcome to Kentwood, as he laid the smackdown. I believe that was on 32 for Mangham. And I tell you what, folks, you look at linemen all across the area, and Stephen Smith is arguably the best lineman in the area. Just watch him play. His play speaks for itself. 2 receivers split to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation. Franklin trying to roll, trying to find the seam. Good job that time on a 3rd and long by Mangham as they snuff it out. And Mangham right now has got this Kangaroo offense stalled a little bit. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and long situation for the Roos. Maybe lose a yard on the play. And Franklin will come on to punt. And maybe, I think they will have to punt this football in the quarter. 16 seconds left to play in the first. Kentwood 13, Mangham 0. Franklin to punt. Here's a snap. It's a good one. Hardly no rush. Franklin gets a good punt off. They signal for the fair catch. And the ball will be caught down at the 15-yard line. That'll be the end of the first period. At the end of 1, it's Kentwood 13. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on Florida Parish Television, WKTV, Kentwood Channel 32, and FPTV Channel 17. Your local leader in high school football across the Florida parishes. We'll be back with a second period after this timeout. Welcome to the second period, back under the tank here on Channel 32 in Kentwood and Channel 17, Florida Parish Television. Going to bring up a first down and 10 for the Dragons. Hand off, a quarterback keeper rather, up the gut, out around the 20-yard line, across the 20. Looks like they'll pick up about 5 yards, the largest gain of the first period, or the first half, rather, for the Dragons. Going to bring up a second down, and we'll say 5. Just underway here in the second period. Kentwood out in front 13-0. The Roos could be up by more, squandered a golden opportunity down inside the 20-yard line, but they turned the ball over. Second down and 5 for the Dragons. 2 tight ends, I formation. Dive up the gut. Coming across the 20-yard line, out across the 25. Stop on the play that time by Cone and Robinson. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Third down and a short one for the Dragons. So Mangham has figured out you cannot run outside on the Roo Ball Club. Got to try to go between the tackles. 10:55 left in the half. Kentwood 13 and Mangham 0. 2 tight end formation. I formation with an H-back lined up to the near side. Here's the snap. Dive up the gut. The fullback will pound forward. I think he got the first down. According to the far official, he will. And that'll be a first down and 10 for the Dragons. That's their first down of the ball game. 10:39 left to play. The sticks will move for the Dragons as they trail 13-0. First down and 10. The ball placed down at the Mangham 27-yard line. Coming up at halftime, Winston will get a glimpse of the Kangaroo halftime for all the home fans here. 2 receivers split, one to the near side and one to the far side. I formation, quarterback 2-step drop, heaving one deep. The Roos are in position, and the Roos, 3 guys look like they touched the football, and the ball falls incomplete. Kentwood once again in great position to intercept that ball. Benny Williams was there, also 82 Bakari Long, and also 75 Culando Hill. The ball, however, falls incomplete, brings up a second down and 10 for the Dragons. The ball will be at their own 27-yard line. They trail 13-0. Of course, the winner moves on to Thanksgiving week. Of course, all these young guys will have to do is concentrate on football. No school next week here in the area. 2 tight ends, split back to the backfield. Quarterback looking, trying to throw the ball. This ball is intercepted. That's big 66, I believe it is out there. That's Daniel Thompson, a 6', 235-pound junior. And I tell you what, good interception right there. Big play by the Roos as they come up big, and it's going to bring up a first down and 10 for Kentwood. And the Roo defense snuffs one out, staying at home right there. And good interception, and the Kangaroos have excellent field position. First down and 10. The ball will be placed down at the Mangham, looks like 27-yard line. Kentwood up 13-0. Double wing formation. Franklin hands the ball off tackle. And Mangham has done a good job against the run game for Kentwood thus far. Derek Brown, a minimal gain there, maybe a gain of about 1. A long one. We'll call it second down and a short 9 for the Roos. 9:45 left in the half. Kentwood up 13-0. Ball down at the Mangham 25-yard line, just outside the 25. Ross split to the near side, McGee to the far side. Franklin calls for the football, looks, throws, got a man open. That's Brown. He'll pick up a block. He's still running hard. He'll go down inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5, down to the 3. And I believe that was number 6 on the reception, Derek Brown, a 6'2", 185-pound junior. And boy, Brown picks up a great block here on the near sideline. Goes down to about the 2. First down and go for the Roos. So this team, they nickel and dime you. Just when you think you're playing good defense, they come up with a quick play. Split back to the backfield. Derek Brown to the far side. Robinson to the near side. Give us a Derek Brown. They're going to say a fumble on the play, and Mangham's going to say they have it. And the officials say they do. And boy, Coach David Career will not like that. 2 times the Roos have been in the red zone, and have fumbled the football going in. So Kentwood's defense will come back onto the field, leading 13-0 with 9:05 left to play here in the first half. Tonight's sponsor, one of them being Central Progressive Bank. For all of your banking needs, stop by Central Progressive Bank today. Whether you're adding on to your home or you need a holiday loan, call CPP today. Call them at Kentwood at 985-229-2265. Wilson under center. Hands the ball off the far side. Got across the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard or so. Good job by that Kentwood defensive front out there. As Cordell Poole, also Cone, and Robinson coming up from the stop. And give credit to Thompson. So it looks like they maybe have lost about a half a yard. Second down and a long 10 forthcoming for the Dragons. I formation. Wilson under center. Draw. Roos are right there. And that one won't go anywhere. And it's a safety. And the back official says safety. Wait, let's see. I think they're going to give him out across. I think they're going to say he got across the goal line. Oh. And I hate to say terrible call because I will see it. So you listen to me on the radio next week, I'll let you know if it was a terrible call or not. I've been told to be politically correct. So it's going to bring up a third down and long for the Dragons. Boy, the Kangaroos got them backed all the way up near to the Kentwood Donut Shop. Third down, and boy, they got to get all the way out across near the 15 for a first. Quarterback sneaking, just trying to make some room for his punter, and he'll come across maybe the 1, out across maybe about the 2. So now a fourth down and a long situation, and they'll have to punt. Well, the punter will probably stand deep within his own end zone. 7:15 left to play here in the first half. Kentwood 13, Mangham nothing. Miguel McGee set to return this punt. He's at his own 35-yard line. Here's the punter. Gets a punt. The Roos rush it, and the punter gets off a pretty decent punt off the side of his foot, and McGee will have to let this one roll. And the ball is touched down back at about the 39-yard line, 34-yard line rather, and I believe that's where they'll spot it now. So it'll be a first down and 10 for the Roos. Ball at the Mangham 34. Tonight's game brought to you by McGee Autoplex of Kentwood. You probably saw that big searchlight coming in to the ball game tonight. If you're looking for a great deal on a new vehicle, stop by McGee Ford of Kentwood today. They have the new model F-150s, Explorers, Expeditions, and of course Excursions. McGee Ford of Kentwood bringing you tonight's ball game. Franklin under center, misdirection, fumbled on the play, and let's see, the Roos recover this time, and boy, Coach Career is not happy about that. The Kangaroos uncharacteristically putting the ball on the ground tonight, and that is something that they will have to adjust at the half, because Kentwood could easily be leading this ball game 28, a little more than that, to nothing, fumbling the ball twice inside the red zone and nearly losing it there. So a loss of about 7 on the play. We'll call it second down and 17 for the Roos. Camarte Brown and McGee split to the far side. Ross, the far receiver, to the near side. Brown goes in motion. Franklin with the snap. Looking, trying to buy some time, trying to move forward, and he'll be stacked up hard. And credit Mangham, folks, this team will not go away. As Mangham does a good job on the Roos right there to try to spread it out, and then Franklin maybe have an option to pass or throw. But the Kangaroos only get back to the line of scrimmage. So it is going to bring up a third down and 16. We'll say third down and 18 rather for the Roos. They need to get down inside the 25-yard line, down to about the 24 for a first down. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Franklin calling for the football. Faking it, looking, and trying to go, and he'll be stacked up hard. Boy, a big 55 there for the Mangham Dragons. That's Lance Elmore. And he does a good job. And the Roos will be forced to punt. So on the punt for Kentwood will be number 2, Carlise Franklin. 4:50 left to play in the half. Kentwood up 13-0. Mangham showing they may show a little blitz here, trying to rush the punter. Here's a snap. Franklin gets the ball, gets a wobbly punt. It'll bounce down, and they'll let this one roll. And this one will roll all the way down to about the 2-yard line. Oh my goodness, that's trouble. Flag on the play on the far side. Let's see what the call is. If you're Kentwood, of course you decline it. And the Roo defense will come back onto the field. So Kentwood has not lost a game at home. They're undefeated on the season. They have not been scored on at home under the tank here. And 4:31 away from being unscored on for another first half here under the tank. And boy, I tell you what, these Kangaroo fans love their Roos. They'll bypass just about anything to see Kentwood play high school football. First down and 10 Mangham. Ball at their own 2-yard line. The receiver split to the near side. I formation behind Wilson, the quarterback. He'll call for the football. Dive and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage or about a half a yard or so. Not much more than that. Kentwood stingy up the gut. And right now, if you're Mangham, you're just dodging the bullet. Kentwood has kind of self-destructed a little bit inside the red zone in the first half. Mangham knows that. Kentwood knows that they have missed a couple of golden opportunities to be up at least 28-0 in this ball game. But Kentwood's defense trying to hold one more time and give their offense one final chance before the end of the first half. Receiver split to the near side. Tight ends to the far side. I formation behind the quarterback Wilson. 3-step drop, looking, throwing. The ball is complete. The ball is going to be a big play here. And he'll come across the 30, out about to about the 33-yard line. And boy, that's big number 21 with a nice catch there. Courtney Jicks, the 5'8", 158-pound senior. And that's a big gain, about a 36-yard gain for the Dragons. They'll have a first down and 10, and now they've got more than breathing room, but they've got pretty good field position. So the Dragons on the move, 1st and 10. Ball at their own 33-yard line. 3:30 left in the half. Kentwood leading 13-0. Receiver split out to the far side. I formation. Wilson fakes, looks, trying to throw, hits his back out in the flat, and he's got positive yardage. He'll run hard. He'll pick up a first down. And I tell you what, Mangham is doing a good job of staying with the Rouge right now. Kentwood is a physical team, but Mangham is physical on offense. This possession here backed up inside their own 2-yard line. Now they've got a couple of big first downs. They'll have a first down and 10, and the ball will be at their own 45-yard line. Clock continues to run. 3 minutes left in the first half. Kentwood 13, Mangham nothing. Receiver split to the near side. I formation. And the back moves, and they better blow the whistle before that kid gets hurt. And that's the official's fault right there. That play should have been stopped from the get-go, and the official's going to get somebody hurt. You got to blow the whistle there. They should have stopped that play before it started. But it'll be an illegal motion call against the Mangham Dragons. They'll be pushed back 5 yards. Well, Kentwood may decline this penalty. They called a motion, but it should have been a procedure call before the play started because the back clearly moved. And if I'm wrong about that, I'm sure I'll hear about it. So it's going to bring up a second down, and looks like 20 for Mangham. They need to get all the way to the Roo 45 for a first down. Split backs in the backfield. Twin receivers split to the near side. Here's the snap. Quarterback gives the ball up the gut. He'll pick up about a yard or so. And it's going to bring up a third down and long for the Dragons. 2:12 left to play in the half. And boy, I'm sure Coach David Correa will be peeling the paint off those locker room walls at halftime, telling the guys, look, we can't put the ball on the ground. And from now on out, folks, I don't care how good you are, you've got to play good against these good teams because it gets tougher each and every week. 3rd down and 17 for the Dragons. They got a big first down on a 3rd and long a few plays ago. Split back to the backfield. 2 tight ends and a receiver split to the far side. Here's the snap. Quarterback is in trouble this time, and he'll be sacked in the backfield. And that looks like big number 66 out there for the Roos. Coming up with a sack, Daniel Thompson. Timeout on the field. 1:30 left to play here in the first half. And while they take a timeout, we'll let you know about some of tonight's sponsors. One of them being Citizens Finance Company. If you need some extra cash or you're trying to purchase that special gift for the upcoming holiday season, then you need to call Citizens Finance Company. Citizens has a variety of loans to help you get the extra cash you need. With locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood, Citizens Finance Company is your money headquarters. Give them a call today at 985-229-7921 and let Citizens help you get the money you need. Also bringing you tonight's ball game, Central Progressive Bank. For all of your banking needs, stop by Central Progressive Bank today. Whether you're adding on to your home or you need a holiday loan, call on CPB today. We have locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood. Call us today right here in Kentwood at 985-229-2265. 4th down and 24 for the Dragons. Punter will stand back around inside his 20-yard line, and the Roos look like McGee will get inside the 35 at about the 34. Here's the snap, pretty good snap, and here's the punt. And McGee loses the football, and I believe the Roos did get on top of it. And they did. Go ahead and point that way. And they did point that way, and Kentwood has the football. So 1:19 left to play here in the first half. Kentwood up 13-0. Don't forget, watch football all week long here on Florida Parish Television. And here in Kentwood on Channel 32, we'll be showing the Mangham game through Tuesday, all day Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And Tuesday, we'll show you the Independence Kentwood game from back in September. 2 receivers split to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation for Franklin. Rolling, looking, throwing. He's got a man, and that's McGee out there. That'll be a 1st down and 10. The clock will momentarily stop as they move the chain. So the ball will go out to the Mangham 45, just inside the 45-yard line. Kentwood with plenty of time here, running the 2-minute drill. 2 receivers split to the far side, 2 to the near side. Franklin in shotgun formation. He'll call for the football. Rose to the near side. Looks, rolls, throws. Got his receiver. That's number 1, Byron Ross. He'll be out of bounds. Boy, excellent job that time by McGee. Excuse me, that time by Ross and Franklin on the same page. Good play call. And they'll go out of bounds. They stop the clock as the ball will go all the way down inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 31, where the Roos will have a 1st down and 10. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 2 to the near side. Franklin is a quarterback. He'll call for the football. Here's a snap. Rolling, looking, throwing, got his man, and this ball, boy, it was laid up there. Could have been intercepted easily. Intended receiver on the play for the Roos was number 9, Renovell Hill. And the ball goes incomplete. Lucky for the Roos, it could have been a backbreaker. Got 2 big 1st downs. You don't want to give them any momentum going into the half. So 2nd down and 10. 53 seconds left to play in the first half. Kentwood leading 13-0, looking for more. Twin receivers split out to the far side, and twin receivers split to the near side. Shotgun formation for Franklin. Calling for the football. Stopping, got plenty of time. Looking and throwing, he'll fumble the football. And let's see, Mangham picks it up. And I believe that's the 4th fumble in the first half that Kentwood has lost. And just shooting themselves in the foot, folks. Basically it. Kentwood has dominated this ball game. Except for that last possession that Mangham had on offense, the Roos have totally dominated this ball game. But they have put the ball on the turf. So the ball turned over by fumble as Franklin was stripped from the back. 13-0. Kentwood leads, 45 seconds left to play in the first half. 3 receivers split out to the far side. Quarterback trying to get a quick throw. Got his receiver out there, and he'll get a minimal gain, maybe about a yard or two. And they may run one more play, and that'll be the end of the first half. Now, Mangham, if you're Mangham, you've got to be ecstatic. You had your defense on the field for most of the first half. Your offense was backed up inside your 2-yard line a couple of times. And yet you only trail 13-0. So, and Mangham may get off one more play. 10 seconds left in the first half. Shotgun formation for Wilson. Pump fake, throwing, and Kentwood is in position. This ball is intercepted. The Roos have got some guys in position. If they don't clip, they got a chance. Q Hill comes down inside the 30-yard line, and that will end the first half. So at the end of the first half, it is Kentwood 13. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on Florida Parish Television, Channel 17. But wait, there's a whistle on the field. Let's see. This is a defensive penalty. The half will not end. The half cannot end on a defensive penalty. So may have something had to happen on the return. So Kentwood may get a shot at one play here. Let's wait and see what the officials call. Officials are on the field. They're telling both teams not to go into the locker room just yet. Clock with 4 zeros on it, 3 zeros rather. Kentwood up 13-0. But maybe the Roos will get one more play. Of course, coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at that mighty Kangaroo Band from way down under with that Roo Thunder under the direction of Mr. Kenneth Butler. And it's going to be a penalty on the return, so Kentwood will get one play. That may be, let's see. The ball is spotted as Hill was tackled at about the 33. Let's see how far they mark this one down in further into Mangham territory. 10, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Man, so the Roos have a shot here to get something. And that's not that far of a pass, folks. Down at the 17-yard line. So one play left in this first half. Kentwood leads 13-0. Stranger things have happened before under the tank. Here we go. 3 receivers spread out to the far side. Ross to the near side. They're going to try to single cover Ross. Franklin in shotgun formation. One play left. No time on the clock. Here's the snap. Franklin rolling, throwing, looking. Got a man. Did he catch it? He caught it. He caught it for the score. Number 18, Mickwell McGee. Oh, my goodness. What a 17-yard pass reception for the score. And the final play of the half. Winston Donahue, we've seen some amazing stuff in our 2 weeks. But I think that's the most bizarre we've seen thus far. And I see a lot of the fans down there excited about that one, as Kentwood will go for 2 here. Leading 19-0. Big play for the Roos. They'll go for 2. Ross split to the near side. McGee to the far side. There goes Ross in motion. Here's a snap. Franklin rolling, looking out in the flats. And the ball goes incomplete. Now that will be halftime. So at the end of the half, it's Kentwood 19. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on WKTV Channel 32 in Kentwood and Florida Parish Television Channel 17. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with the Kentwood halftime show after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back to Channel 32 in Kentwood and Channel 17, Florida Parish Television. As the Kangaroos set to kick off to start the second half of play. Kentwood leading 19-0. Boy, that big play at the end of the first half has got the fans pumped up for the start of the third period. Franklin set to kick off for the Roos. It's a high, short kick. It'll be fielded by the Dragons. They lose a handle on it. Let's see. Ball loose on the ground, and they're going to say Mangham comes up with it. That could have been a dangerous play for the Dragons. So Mangham will have a first down and 10, and the ball will be at their own, we'll call it 23-yard line. Very fast first half indeed. A little under an hour that first half was. Under the tank. 11:55 left to play here. Start of the third period. Kentwood out 13-0. Excuse me, 19-0. Wilson's under quarterback. He'll have split backs behind him. Two tight ends and a receiver split to the near side. Here's a snap. Dive up the gut. Kentwood says no way, but the back still running hard. You know, it picks up pretty good yardage there. The officials let him go. He'll come across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. Going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. We'll call it second down and 5, maybe closer to 4, or 6 rather, for the Dragons. Of course, hope you enjoyed the halftime show. Winston Donahue able to catch that one for you. The Kentwood halftime band and also the Kangaroos band playing and some nice songs and having a good halftime here under the tank. Split back to the backfield. Fullback dive up the gut. He won't go anywhere. Maybe about a half a yard, maybe a loss of a yard on the play. Going to bring up a third and long for the Dragons. Kentwood did not play a solid first half. Defensively, they look good, but made a lot of mistakes, putting the ball on the ground 4 times, 2 times in the red zone, but able to bounce back with a big play at the final play of the third period. Third down and 7 for the Dragons. 10:45 left in the third. 19-0. Kentwood leads. Faking, looking. He'll be sacked. Oh, they can't run that one. Kentwood's got too much speed on the front line for a drop back. You got to have some speedy guys back there. Amy couldn't do it. Independence couldn't do it. You got to get them between the tackles. This team is way too fast. That's a big loss on the play. It's going to push the line of scrimmage all the way back inside the 20-yard line to about the 16, where it will be a 4th, and we'll say about 20 here. 10 minutes left to play in the third. Mangham forced to punt. 3 and out on their first offensive possession of this second half. Here's a snap, a low one. Kentwood's got a rush. They're going to block the punt. The Roos got a chance. They're going to scoop it up, and they will score. Kentwood starting off strong in the second half as big number 70, Tyron Foote, scoops it up for the score. And that may be the nail in the coffin, as Kentwood now has blown this thing open to a 25-0 lead with 9:49 left to play here in the third. Now, Kentwood looks like they will go for 2 again. .9:49 left. Roos will go for 2. Brown and Robinson split in the backfield. Franklin under center. Calls to the football. Give us to Robinson. He's got a chance. He will run in for the score. So with 9:49 left to play here in the third, it is Kentwood 27. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on Kentwood, Channel 32 and Florida Parish Television, Channel 17. And we'll be back. Well, actually, we'll hold it here. We'll hold it here. And boy, I tell you what, the Roos, Franklin gets 3 big touchdowns, plays a part in 3 touchdowns in the first half. And then the Kentwood Kangaroos come up with a big defensive play here to start the third period. So the Roos, Franklin will come on and punt the kick off the football rather. And Kentwood now 27-0 over Mangham with 9:48 left to play here in the third quarter. Of course, we'll follow the Roos all the way to the dome here on Kentwood Channel 32 and Florida Parish Television Channel 17. Franklin set to kick off. Here's a kick. It's a high kick, and it'll be dropped. And now it looks like they may run the reverse, and that's Holland. He's got a little room. He's going to try to bounce to the outside. Finally, the Roos snuff him out somewhere across the 12-yard line, out close to the 15, maybe across the 15, where the Dragons will have a first down and 10. 9:38 left to play here in the third. Kentwood all over Mangham, 27-0. Some of tonight's sponsors: Central Progressive Bank. For all of your banking needs, stop by Central Progressive Bank today. Whether you're adding on to your home or you need a holiday loan, call on CPB today. Call them in Kentwood at 985-229-2265. Central Progressive Bank, an equal housing member FDIC. And Wilson tries to sneak it, and then he's stacked up hard by a host of Roos, including Thompson and Robinson there. Maybe a couple on the play. We'll give him about a yard gain. Second down and 9. Kentwood trying to move into the quarterfinal round of the playoffs, where they will face either Dunham or Southern Lab. Now, if it's Dunham, they'll play at home. If it's Lab, they will go to Baton Rouge. Mangham breaks the huddle, trailing 27-0. 9 minutes left here in the third. Receiver split to the near side. I formation behind Wilson. He'll call for the football. Here's a snap. Maybe a busted play there. The back missed the handoff, and Wilson keeps it. Maybe loses a couple yards. Going to bring up a third down and long situation for the Dragons. Of course, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and everyone here at Kentwood High School for allowing Florida Parish Television and Kentwood Channel 32 to come in and bring you this game. And we'll be showing this game all week long here on local cable TV. And we'll show some older Kentwood games from earlier in the year. Kentwood versus Ames Meeting, a big victory here under the tank in week 2. And then we'll show that big week 4 overtime thriller as the Roos defeated Independence 36-28. Third down and 11 for the Dragons. Quarterback misdirection, looking out in the flats. He's got a man open. Ball goes incomplete, and 34 Westby gives him a shove. It'll bring up a fourth down and long, and the Dragons will be forced to punt. So 8:06 showing on the clock. Kentwood will try to shorten this field and give their offense good field position as they lead 27-0. 8:06 left to play in the third. McGee stands about inside his own 45 at about his own 43-yard line. Here's a snap. It's a good one. Punter gets off a pretty good punt to the near side here. Punting it away from McGee. It takes a good bounce. And now they've got a little wall. McGee makes a room. He's got a seam. He'll go inside the 30, inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line, where Kentwood will set up shop with excellent field position, already leading 27-0. So it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Roos. And the ball will be spotted down at the Mangham, we'll call it 23-yard line. Ross split to the near side, McGee to the far side. Franklin calls for the football. Here's a snap. And number 3 slips down as he had a hole right there. Slipped down making his cut was number 3, Camarte Brown, the 5'6", 150-pound sophomore. So it's going to bring up a second down and 10 situation for the Roos. Coming up on 7:25 left to play here in the third. Kentwood out 27-0. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 2 to the near side. Franklin under center. Calling for the football. Give us a big number 6. That's Brown. He'll go across the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Number 6, Derek Brown. Giving the Roos a few yards on the play, about 4. So it's going to bring up a third down and 7, maybe a long 6 for the Roos. 7 minutes exactly showing on the scoreboard as the Roos trying to assure themselves one more touchdown will certainly put this out of reach. 2 receivers split, 1 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Franklin Looking, throws out in the flats at number 6, makes a spin, gets away from one tackler, down inside the 20, inside the 15, down to about the 14-yard line, where it's going to bring up a 4th down and short for the Roos. And Coach Career sending in Fred Cohn or Ramon Robinson, and also number 70 Tyron Fultz here, maybe for some additional blocking. So a 4th down, and we'll say 3 for the Roos. McGee split to the near side. Split backs in the backfield. Robinson and Brown. 2 tight end formation. Franklin fakes the ball to Robinson, tries to turn the corner. He does. Flag on the play. Franklin will score, but this one may come back. This one may come back. We'll wait and see. The PAT is good, and with 5:55 left to play in the third, it's Kentwood 34, it's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on Kentwood Channel 32 and Florida Parish Television Channel 17, and we'll be back after this brief timeout. And had to step away from her. Winston Donahue and I are doing about 4 guys' work's job tonight. Sorry about that brief delay. But the Roos look like they're about to score again, leading 34-0 with 4 minutes left to play. First down and 10, Kentwood. Ball at the Mangham 11-yard line. Give us to Brown. Bust off left side. He's down inside, down to about the 7, close to the 5, where it'll be a second down and about 5 situation for the Rouge. I don't know what that noise was. Maybe someone trying to get into the press box. But nevertheless, we're still safe up here. Coming up with 3:20 left to play here in the third. Kentwood 34, Mangham 0. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Franklin under center. He'll call for the football. Give us to Brown. Brown bursts hard down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line, where to bring up a third down and short for the Rouge. And for all purposes here, folks, Kentwood's just looking to have another shutout under the tank. They have not been scored on all season long, and they currently lead 34-0 right now. And the Rouge looking to score again. Franklin gets the play in from Coach David Career. Calling the huddle, breaking the huddle. Ross will be split to the near side, McGee to the far side. Brown the single setback. Franklin calls for the football. Inside give to 28 Brown. He'll push forward for a score. And the Rouge now lead 40-0 with 2:26 left to play here in the third. So Marcus Brown takes it in for a 1-yard run, and there's a shaken up player on the field. And Brown's 1-yard run has given the Kentwood Kangaroos a 40-0 lead here in the third with 2:26 left to play. Now, I'll tell you what, Kentwood looks like they'll move on. Still waiting to get a score on that Dunham Southern Lab game. Hopefully we'll find out tonight, before we leave our broadcast, who the Rouge will be playing next week in the quarterfinals. Tonight's game being brought to you by Parish Councilman Michael Petito. Parish Councilman Petito wishes all of the area teams good luck in the playoffs. Go by and see Mike and McGee Ford as well on a good deal on a Ford car, truck, or SUV. Also bringing you tonight's ball game, Central Progressive Bank. For all of your banking needs, stop by CPB today. Whether you're adding on to your home or you need a holiday loan, call Central Progressive Bank today. We have locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and of course right here in Kentwood. Call us in Kentwood at 985-229-2265. Central Progressive Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Benny Williams in for the hold. Carlise Franklin for the kick. Here's the snap. It's down. It's good. Here's the kick. It's up. It's off to the right. And it is no good. So with 2:26 left to play here in the third, it's Kentwood 40. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here locally on Kentwood Channel 32 and also FPTV Channel 17. Some of tonight's sponsors, Citizens Finance Company. If you need some extra money, or you're trying to purchase that special gift for the upcoming holiday season, then you need to call Citizens Finance Company. Citizens has a wide variety of loans to help you get the extra cash you need. With locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and in Kentwood, Citizens Finance Company is your money headquarters. Give them a call today at Kentwood at 985-229-7921 and let Citizens help you get the money you need today. Well, the Marcus Brown 2-yard run gives the Rouge a 40-0 lead with 2:26 remaining in the third period. And Kentwood now will just probably try to preserve a shutout as they move into the quarterfinals. Now, if it's Dunham, they'll be at home next week. If it's Lab, they will travel to Baton Rouge. Franklin's kick's a low wobbly one, and Holland's going to take it around the far side. Trying to find the hole, he does. Going forward, picks up a hole. Now he's going to go across the 35, out, making another cut, out across the 40, turns forward, gets out to about the 42-yard line. So excellent field position, their best field position of the game, but they're down 40-0. So maybe a little too late. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. And they trail 40-0. And Winston Donahue and myself enjoying the tailgate party beforehand, given by Mr. Anthony Hookfin. Out across the high school, boy, we had some good groceries, some deer sausage, chicken, turkey necks. We were doing it, huh, Winston? Look at Winston shaking his head. Winston drove up. We parked him right there, got out, handed him a cold beverage and a plate of food, and then we came to work. Well, they treat you good here in Kentwood and all the places. We appreciate everyone allowing us to broadcast high school football. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Ball at their own 42-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Wilson looking over the middle, and this ball is caught by the receiver. He's got a chance to score, and he'll go down inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 15. So Mangham breaking a tackle. I believe that was 34 out there for the Dragons. 24 rather, catching that football. And you don't have a number on that young man on this roster. Well, Kentwood's unscored upon streak may be in jeopardy now as the Roos have their backs pinned to the wall. 1st down and 10 Dragons. Ball at the Roo 15-yard line. Receiver split to the near side. Split backs in the backfield. Quarterback rolls, looks, throws. He's got a man, and this ball nearly intercepted. Good job of making a play on it first and batting it down was number 34, Ronnie Wesby. And had he stepped in front of that one, it would have been another touchdown for the Roos. So 2nd down and 10 forthcoming for the Dragons. Ball will be spotted down at the Roo 15-yard line. 1:38 left to play. Kentwood all over Mangham 40-0. Full house backfield, straight T formation. First time we've seen this formation tonight. Give us to the fullback. He'll squeak forward, maybe across the line of scrimmage for about a yard, and that will be all. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation for the Dragons. Definitely 2-down territory here when you're down 40 nacho. Coming up at the conclusion of tonight's ball game, we'll hear from the head football coach of the Kentwood Kangaroos, Coach David Career. As the Roos are now 11-0 after tonight's ball game, barring a miracle. 2 receivers split to the near side, I formation. Wilson gives the ball off to the foot, misdirection to the backfield rather, to Holland. He's going to try and bull forward, and he'll lose about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it, looks like about 14 now, as they lose about 4 yards on the play. So a 4th and 14 for the Dragons. They need to get down to about the Roo, looks like just inside the 5-yard line for a 1st down. 30 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Can Kentwood preserve a shutout? Here we go. Receivers split to the near side and one to the far side. Trip receivers to the near side. Single setback. Quarterback, 3-step drop. Looking, and he's going to be sacked. He'll be sacked, and the shutout is still alive. The season shutout is still alive. Sacked that time. Looks like 68 in there for the Roos. That was Crandell Pooh, and also give credit to 66, Daniel Thompson. So 11 seconds showing on the scoreboard. Kentwood up 40-0. Under the tank here in Kentwood. Of course, all these coaches here at Kentwood do a fine job, starting at the top with Coach David Career, Coach Doug Masita, Coach Rochelle Bates, and Coach Scott Chaffett. Doing an excellent job with this undefeated Roo Ball Club. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 2 to the near side. No backs in the backfield. Franklin calls for the football. He'll snap it, push it forward, out across the 25, out to about the 27, and that will end the 3rd period. So at the end of 3, it is Kentwood 40. It's Mangham 0. You're watching high school football locally here on WKTV Kentwood Channel 32 and FPTV Channel 17. Bringing you high school football under the tank. We'll be back with a 4th and final period after this brief timeout. Start of the 4th period. 2nd down and 7 for the Roos. New quarterback. That will be Brown. In for Franklin. And number 3, Camarte Brown is in a quarterback, calling the signals. A 5'6", 150-pound sophomore. Running back picks up a couple of yards on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Roos. 11:35 remaining in the ball game. Kentwood will move to 11-0 and await the winner of Dunham, a Southern Lab. Receiver spread out to the far side and one to the near side. Number 7 is the tailback, Raynard Johnson. Pass out in the flats. Ball is complete, and that's to number 9, Reneville Hill, a 6', 165-pound sophomore, moves the chains for the Roos. And Kentwood continues to pile up the yardage, folks. Had over 260 yards in the first half alone. And this defense has played phenomenal. Hill split to the near side. And looks like Cone split out to the far side. Johnson, the deep back. Brown calls for the football. Fakes to Johnson. Gets out to number 40. As he'll bull forward. And looks like he may have got across the line of scrimmage. That's Taiwan Robinson, a 5'8", 150-pound junior, getting some playing time here. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the Roos. Once again, we'd like to thank some of tonight's sponsors, and one being McGee Autoplex of Kentwood. Boy, you saw him earlier with a big searchlight all over town coming into the stadium. And if you're looking for a great deal on a new vehicle, stop by McGee Ford of Kentwood today. We have new model F-150s, the new Explorer, the Expeditions, and of course the Excursions. Come by and let one of our friendly staff members show you our new model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Give them a call today, toll free 888-229-7951, or stop by and see us in Kentwood at 734 Avenue G here, folks, in Kentwood, Louisiana. Couple yards gained on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Roos. And the Roo fans dancing in the background, hearing the sound of the Roo band playing their little ESPN Sports Center. Roos got some highlights tonight. Double wing formation. Quarterback looking, ducking, trying to pick up some yardage. That's Brown pushing forward, fighting hard to the 45, across the 45, where it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3 for the Roos, maybe closer to 2. Kentwood may go, but I think Coach Correa is calling for his punt team. And now you hear the Roo band cranking up. Yes, indeed. 9:25 left to play here. Winston Donahue and myself, we've locked in on the Roos. We'll be with them for the rest of the way. So you're stuck with us, folks. Franklin in the punt for the Roos as they lead 40-0. Here's a snap. It's a low, and he handles it well. It's a wobbly punt. And number 11 looks like he got a hand on it. And did the Roos pick it up? Yes, they did. As number 7 got a hand on that football, trying to make something happen out there was Jonathan Holland, a 6'1", 170-pound junior. The ball was recovered by the Roos. It's going to bring up a 1st down and goal to go Kentwood. The ball will be at the Mangham 7-yard line. And Kentwood is just beating this team down. It really should have been worse than it was at halftime. Kentwood did get the big play to end the first half, but they fumbled the ball and squandered a couple opportunities in the red zone. But it all evens out. Cone split out to the far side. Hill to the near side. Johnson, the deep back. Brown calls for the football. Flags all over the field. This may come back against the Roos. Maybe some motion in the backfield. Some of tonight's sponsors, one of them being Citizens Finance Company. If you need some extra cash or you're trying to purchase that special gift for the upcoming holiday season, then you need to call Citizens Finance Company. Citizens has a variety of loans to help you get the extra cash you need. With locations in Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood, Citizens Finance Company is your money headquarters. Give them a call today at 985-229-7921 and let Citizens help you get the money you need. Well, 1st down and goal to go from outside the 10-yard line. Here in the backfield, boy, he's hit hard. And 12 was hit hard on the play, but there's a flag on the far side, on the near side rather. Let's see what this call is going to be. Number 12 took the handoff. That's DeMarcus Cooper, the 5'7" sophomore. And it's going to be a hold against the Roos. So Kentwood will be pushed back further now, as the ball will come close back to about the Roo excuse me, back to the Mangham 20-yard line. We'll call it about the 23-yard line. Kentwood's got a first down and goal to go from the Mangham 23, and the clock will continue to run. Very quick game here tonight. Looks like we may get through in a shade under 2 hours. Both teams really running the ball. Kentwood passed the ball a little more than Mangham did. 2 receivers split out to the far side, 2 to the near side. Single setback is Johnson. Brown calling for the football. Here's a snap. Johnson's got the football. He'll go inside the 20. He looks like he picks up about 5 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up a second down and goal to go for the Roos. The ball will be at the Mangham 17-yard line. Coming up on 7:35 left to play here in the ball game. Don't forget to join us immediately after the ball game. Winston Donahue and myself will go down on the field, and we'll talk to the head coach of the Kentwood Kangaroos, Coach David Correa. Receiver split to the near side and 1 to the far side. Brown calls for the football. Fakes. Goes around the end and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage or half a yard or so. It's going to bring up a third down and goal to go from about the 16 with 7:07 left to play here in the contest. And once again, thanks to Principal Ann Smith here at Kentwood High School for allowing us to come in here and broadcast this ball game on FPTV and locally here, Kentwood Television, Channel 32. Receiver split out to the far side and 1 to the near side. Double wing formation. Brown, misdirection, looking, throwing out the flats, and the ball was intended for Johnson and may have gotten some good room there. And the ball goes incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and goal to go. So a 4th down and goal to go. And the ball is spotted down at the Mangham 18-yard line. 6:34 left to play. Brown breaks the huddle. Johnson will be the single setback behind him. Heel to the near side. Receiver split out to the far side. Here's the snap. Looking, throwing the fade in the corner. And he caught the football for a touchdown. And number 3 throwing that touchdown pass was Camarte Brown for the score. And Kentwood leads 46-0 now as a 17-yard pass is thrown from Brown to Hill. Is this yours, Dick? 6:23 left to play here. Kentwood having some trouble getting some guys on the field. Franklin will attempt to kick the PAT. Williams for the hold. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. So with 6:23 left to play in the third, it's Kentwood 46, Mangham 0. You're watching high school football here on Florida Parish Television in Kentwood, Channel 32 and Channel 17, and we'll be back after this quick timeout. Return brought out across the 20-yard line, out about to about the 40, and a flag on the play as well. And Winston Donahue says a face mask, and that will be the call. The 5-yard face masking call will be marked off against the Roos. So 6:09 left to play here, and Kentwood leads 46-0. First down and 10 for the Dragons. Quarterback gives across the right side. A couple of yards gained on the play. Going to bring up a second down, and we'll say 9 for the Dragon. Clock continues to run. Around 5:43 left to play in the ball game. Kentwood trying to preserve another shutout under the tank. Second down and long for the Dragons. Hand off to the back, won't go anywhere. And looks like the Warriors will move on from Amite. Just got a score. Amite leading 32-2 in the ball game. So, Francis Scott, if you're watching this game, you're going back to work. Francis Scott, Bobby Gode, they'll be in Amite. Or they'll be somewhere, but we got to have some extra crews. Looks like a couple of our teams are coming out. 4:45 left to play here. Kentwood 46, Mangham 0. Wilson step backs to drop, throws, unloads a deep one. Got a receiver, had a step on his man and laid it up there good. Perfectly, near perfectly thrown from Wilson, but the ball goes incomplete. Brings up a 4th down situation for the Dragons. So 4th down and 10, maybe the last opportunity the Dragons get to have the football. And no, they will punt the football, rather. I thought they were going to go for it. The Roos won't even send anybody deep. Snap, good punt. Kentwood will let this one die. And it'll drop at about the 25. Takes a friendly roll for the Dragons. Inside the 15 down to a 12, where the Roos will have a 1st down and 10 with 4:16 left to play. They lead 46-0. Left to play, and the Roos, 1 1st down should do it here for Kentwood. Under 4 left to play here in the ball game. Kentwood out 46-0. 1 receiver split to the near side, 1 to the far side. Quarterback calls for the football. Dive up the gut, and they'll come out to about the 14-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play. 2nd down and long forthcoming for the Roos. Once again, we'd like to thank all of tonight's sponsors, folks. We could not bring you this football game without their support. Central Progressive Bank in Kentwood, McGee Autoplex of Kentwood, Michael Petito, Parish Councilman, and Citizen Finance Company with locations all over the area, Ponchatoula, Hammond, Amite, and Kentwood. 2nd down and 9 for the Roos. Handoff off the gut, back's got a hole, and that looks like 7 out there. That'll be Johnson who'll pick up a 1st down for the Roos, and that may be all she wrote as the clock continues to run. Well, they'll stop it momentarily, rather. They'll set the chains up, and now it continues to run. 3:05 left to play. Kentwood 46, Mangham 0. Receiver split to the near side and 1 to the far side. Double wing formation for the Roos. Quarterback hands the football off up the gut. And that once again to 7. Johnson, he may get back to the line.
Montero, Eclipse, and all new